Hello everybody, I'm Jim White and this is Cricket World TV. With me is John Pennington.
Hello Jim.
John, thanks very much for joining us today on this brilliant day of cricket. We've had two fascinating games, one for the women and one for the men, and we now have the finalists at Lord's for Sunday. JP, want to talk us through the day?
Blue day, Jim. England first of all beat Australia by 8 wickets to progress to the women's final. They will play New Zealand on Sunday, and then Sri Lanka beat West Indies by 57 runs, an absolute thumping in the evening game to progress. They play Pakistan in the men's final on Sunday. Looking forward to it already.
Two very different games, not particularly because it was men's and women's cricket, because one game had a lot of runs which maybe went against the grain, and the other game really was almost something that was waiting to happen, except not in the way that we predicted. Let's just go to the women's game first of all, and England were in the field.
Yeah, they chose to field.
Decided
they wanted to chase, and for the first half of the game, they were just chasing the ball around. Great batting from Australia. Leah Poulter made 39, Karen Morgan, her last game as captain, made 38, and Shelley Nitschke, the top of the order, 37. They piled on 163 for 5. Osman and Laura Marsh opened the bowling, very good, 1 for 12. The rest of the bowling pretty poor. They've dropped 4 catches. Fielding was down in their usual effort, but they came back. Lost a couple of early wickets, and an unbeaten partnership of 112 in 75 balls between Claire Taylor, unbeaten on 76, and Beth Morgan on 46, got them home with 3 balls to spare. It really was a well-constructed run chase and a really good game of cricket.
Good to see quite a few people watching the game. Hopefully there'll be more next time. And a great exhibit for women's cricket to be playing in front of the men in the semi-finals there. But the Oval's a big ground, isn't it? You know, so I think they kept the boundaries as being big boundaries.
They did, and there was
fast outfield.
Yeah, that's right. And it was Karen Morgan, a massive 6, which should have been 6 on pretty much any ground. Some really big hitting, really good shots, and a really good game of cricket. And England will be hoping to make a double over New Zealand this year, having beaten them in the 50th World Cup earlier in the year in Sydney.
Brilliant. And talking of big hitting, we had the much expected for game. Anticipated, I know, get the words out, it was so exciting. Sri Lanka versus the West Indies. Chris Gale, Joe Surya, Sangakkara, what was going to happen there? Tell us what happened.
Well, Gale fired, but Sangakkara didn't. He got a duck. Joe Surya was sort of very subdued, 24 37 balls. The show was stolen, first of all, by Tilakaratne Dilshan. 96 not out in 57 deliveries, 12 fours, 2 sixes. He absolutely dominated Sri Lanka's innings of 158 for 5. If he'd been got out early, they could have been all out for 80, 90. They really rely so much on that top order. It wasn't a bad fielding effort, really, from West Indies. Dilshan was just on top of his game. So Bravo took 2 for 27. And in the West Indies, lost 3 wickets in 5 balls at the start of the innings, 1 for 3 at the end of the first over. Angela Matthews, he bowled out Lendl Simmons, Dwayne Bravo and Xavier Marshall. From there on it was really game over, but Gale was in top form, Jim.
Yeah, he got 63, didn't he, and only person to pass 50, and the rest of the order was all single figures.
Yeah, that's right, so the only person to get into double figures, so they went past 50.
Absolutely, and a very strange scorecard there, and we did think at 1 minute that they might have got back in the game towards the end of the game when a few more runs were getting, but it really was just too little too late.
He just needed someone to stay with him, especially when Mendes and Murray, they shared 5 wickets. There's the other person got 3 of us, and Matthews who got 3 right early on. The game was sort of beyond them too early, and if you're going to beat Sri Lanka, you've got to get ahead of the rate early, before Mendes, before Murray come on, and they were just blown out of the water that first over, really.
So that's the 2 semi-finals wrapped up, and I think we've now only got 1 day left for Cricket World TV at the ICC World 2020 Championships, which is on Sunday. And like, tell us who's playing when.
Well, we've got England, New Zealand. That game kicks off. That's 9:30 GMT, 10:30 British Summer Time. That's a sort of morning game. That's the women. And in the afternoon, we've got Pakistan, Sri Lanka. Great story. Pakistan against Sri Lanka again. Focus on the cricket. Really looking forward to that. And that's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon local time. That's 2 o'clock in the afternoon GMT.
You said it's been a blue day today, not possibly because of our shirts, it's just the way the cricket has turned out. The hats behind us have blue on top. What will be the results on Sunday? We're very much looking forward to that, and all the people again that have tuned into our unmissable, unrivalled, unofficial audio show. And thank you very much for joining Cricket World TV.